Hello everyone, Sonia here with Sonia's Crafting Insanity, and today I'm going to be using some things I got from Scrapbook.com. Recently they had this little kit you could get that had this stamp set, that pink paper pad, and I got the butterfly shaped dies for free as part of the deal. So I started off by taking some glitter cardstock and I cut it down to, I believe, 4 by 5 1/4, I think. And then I chose one of the papers from the pink pad and I cut this down as well to the same exact size. Now, if I could do this over again, I would actually decorate the back somehow a little bit. The pink paper anyway. I then took one of these, it's kind of like a die that kind of gives you a decorative edge, and cut the silver glitter cardstock. And before I did that, I checked to make sure that these butterfly outline dies would actually fit on this side of the paper. I then took the outline die of the butterfly and I then placed it, and using my Empress Mini, I did cut out 3 of them to make 3 butterfly shaped windows. Once I had cut out all 3 of these windows using my Mini Empress, I will then cut out the actual butterfly from some white cardstock to make kind of to get the decorative butterfly itself. And I'm trying to position these little butterflies equal distance. However, I'm not sure how well I did on that. So now that I have gotten all the butterflies cut, I am then going to take a piece of white cardstock and using the inside, and this is the small butterfly from that die set because the large butterfly just was too big and it wouldn't actually allow me to do 3 of them, or I even was thinking about doing 1 and then doing 2 small butterflies, but that didn't work as well, so I ended up doing all 3 small butterflies. And then from this white cardstock I cut out the small butterflies. These are actually rather detailed and pretty. I was thinking they would be less detailed, but they're actually fairly detailed and cut out pretty. Which you'll see in a minute once I get them all cut out and start trying to position them on my card front. So this is where I was thinking. So when I look at this, I'm going to glue that glitter cardstock over on that plain pink piece of paper. I do wish now I had used like a background stamp to give a little more interest to that pink piece of paper, but I will do something to try to help with that in the end. So now, using my Barely Arts glue, I do adhere down that glitter cardstock to the left hand side, having that decorative edge on the right. Once that is complete, I go ahead and, using my ATG tape, adhere it to my card base. That way I already have it on there before I go ahead and adhere the butterflies. I did try to, using my reverse tweezers, I then applied glue only to the body of the butterfly and then sort of lifted up the wings to kind of give it a little bit more dimension, I guess you could say, or make it have a little more interest to the cardstock or to the card. Once this is complete, I just held down each body down a little bit to adhere it to the cardstock and then fluffed up the butterflies, as you can see. Now I'm going to put another piece of cardstock into my MISTI and stamp my sentiment. And I made the mistake of, on my Simon Says Stamp Burnish Memorial Sticky Mat trying to hit that uh, powder, the embossing powder on there, or the anti-stick powder on there, and that's not a very good idea because it does cling to that sticky mat. So I did take it off and do it to the side. And then using some clear embossing ink, I did emboss the happy birthday from that stamp set. And using some silver embossing powder from Simon Says Stamp, I then applied that over a coffee filter onto my sentiment. Using my embossing tool, I then start kind of at the back, trying to heat it up, and then once it gets good and hot, I use the front. I do have these dies here that are kind of, I guess, sentiment dies. These are some old sentiment dies that I got for free from MFT, but you can use any sentiment dies. There's some from Simon Says Stamp, there's some from other locations. Everyone has these, but I just used it to chose one that looked where the sentiment fit on the inside, and I then cut it out again using my Empress Mini die cut machine. And once I ran that through, I will then take out that dyed sentiment and position it on the card. And the cool thing about this, I never undid it just because it was easier to just leave all three together. Now once I've done this, I just kind of was trying to find placement for my happy birthday. Decided I wanted kind of at the bottom, and then using one of those scraps from that die, I popped up one side of the happy birthday with that piece just to keep it from kind of make it more level. And with glitter cardstock, you do actually have to hold it down for a few minutes in order to get it to adhere. So this is where I decided I needed a little more something to kind of help the paper because it was just too plain. And I got these are some Studio Claudia silver, I guess they're called silver pearls, I think. And I just started placing a whole bunch of them randomly on the side with the pink cardstock to give it a little bit of interest. And once I had decided on my placement, I just put a whole bunch of them down, trying to mix up the sizes, large, small, medium, because this does come with this Studio Claudia set does come with 3 different sizes, which is awesome because you don't want the same size all the way down. I then used my Simon Says Stamp pickup tool and my Barely Art glue. Decided that I needed to put it in my right hand for some reason. And then I started adding a dot of glue and putting each pearl set down. And then once that is finished, I will say that this card is officially complete, and this is what the card looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!